Hello Leo, and welcome to your April mid-month 2019 reading. So allow me just a moment to go ahead and lay out your messages here. Again, this is for Leo, mid-April 2019. A lot of you may be experiencing difficulty in your work area at this time. There seems to be some feeling a little depleted, feeling a little bit drained. I feel like with a lot of you, this is regarding your assets, your career, however you make your money. I feel that there's a need to, you guys are trying to be tough at this time. And you will. You always are. I also feel that a lot of you, it seems like you're coming to some type of resolution. I don't know what that is related to. It could be, with a certain person, a relationship, or I should say conclusion. I feel like you're reaching a conclusion with something that has been going on for quite some time. That may just be a small percentage of you, but I feel like something has been going on and you've been trying to reach an end, reach a resolution. We'll see what that is. It's going to be a very fast-moving time period, okay? And I feel like we are speaking about mid-April, but I feel like we're potentially running into like the mid-month of, I almost said June. I meant to say May, but I almost said June. Some of you may be stumbling over your words at this time or having difficulty with communication. But yeah, I'm picking up from now to the mid-month of May or to the mid-month of June. It is like something significant is happening during that particular time period. You have communication happening here. This is typically something that it indicates like fast-moving energy. So fast-moving communication, fast-paced back and forth conversations going on here. With the Six of Swords showing up in your foundation, this is, text messages, emails, busy activity. I pick up like a chaotic, hectic, like there's a lot going on with you guys at this time. There's a lot of communication. You may be communicating with a lot of people. Some of you have a lot of love interest. Just to say it blatantly clear. Some of you definitely, it's like you're very attractive at this time. You're always attractive. Who am I kidding? But I feel that there's a lot of potential people that are interested right now, okay? With the Devil here, I feel like for some of you, this is sexual frustration. Okay, not for all, but for some of you, definitely. It's like someone may be sending you sexual text messages, or you them. I feel like there's a lot that is happening here. Now, with the Ace of Cups, going back to what I was saying about stumbling over your words or having difficulty communicating, someone here is so smitten with the other person that I pick up like difficulty expressing yourself, okay? And it feels like a shy, light, giddy type of communication, where someone is interested and it's like they don't know exactly what to say or how to say it. And that's not usually you. So you may be dealing with someone who's very shy or very introverted, very to themselves. It seems like someone here is very infatuated, and I feel like someone stumbling over their words, trying to express themselves. For some of you, this is irritating you. Okay? You may be like, come on, get on with it, get out with it. Like, what are we doing here? Some of you feel easily irritable, where you're not really wanting to deal with people very much. And I feel like it's just because you have a lot going on. It seems like you're a little bit short-tempered. Some of you, there's a lot going on in your career environment, your money sector in general. So that may be, you may be feeling like, I'm not exactly looking to get all touchy-feely. I'd just rather, be intimate and have no strings attached. Some of you feel that way. And that's perfectly okay. Just make sure that the other person, that they're on the same page with you, because I feel like someone here is heavily infatuated, okay? And with the Ace of Cups, for me, this is like where it's hanging a little bit on the emotional side, okay? So if this is not you, this is the other person, where someone is feeling emotionally invested, or they're wanting to. I feel like they're on that edge. You may have an inkling of this, but it's like you don't know it outright. And I feel like someone is trying to find out how to express this to you, how to say this to you. But again, with this Queen of Swords, some of you might be involved with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What I'm feeling here for a lot of you, this is showing up in the position of you. So it's like, I feel you don't really want to be bothered. Some of you, you just have too much going on right now. I feel like you're communicating with a lot of people. Someone may be exhausting you because they're talking too much for some of you. Others, this is where, unfortunately things just aren't reciprocated. Okay, I don't feel like it's where you're interested in someone else isn't. I feel the other way around. Like this would be on your side, where you don't, like I said, you might just want no strings attached, and I feel like they're getting emotional. So some of you are going to be cutting people off because of that, because I feel like you're trying to do things above board. Like you're not intentionally trying to string someone along. If it started out as friends with benefits only, and then someone caught feelings, sometimes it is our duty and our obligation to try and cut it off and just be honest, lay everything out on the table and just say, hey, I'm not looking for anything more serious, and I really mean that. Okay. With the Seven of Wands here showing up in the environment, this does indicate where someone is feeling defensive, okay? So it's about standing up for yourself, and it's showing up in the environment. So this is someone that you're dealing with. We'll look more into that. In your outcome, you have the Wheel of Fortune showing up in the upright. So this is very positive. It does indicate things turning around in your favor, you coming out on top. I really feel like a lot of you are trying to get yourself away from a particular person. You may feel like someone is obsessed with you. It's like someone's contacting you nonstop, and maybe at first you were like, oh, this is great, I'm happy to have this person in my life, maybe this can go somewhere. But I feel like fast forward and you're starting to realize traits and characteristics that you don't like so much about them. Mainly, I feel like someone may literally talk too much, or they seem boring to you. It's just like it's not meshing, okay? So in your past, I feel like you might have saw a potential for it to go somewhere. But now you're like, I think I'd rather just, have no strings attached. I don't feel you're necessarily cutting them out. It just feels like you're indecisive. You do have the Ten of Pentacles showing up in your crowning energy. This is very positive. Excuse me. This is where you're working very hard to achieve your financial goals. You are focused on money, 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 money. And this would be a great deal of money, a large sum of money, where you are trying to build up that bank account. You are wanting stability. A lot of you, you're just focused on money. Like you're not wanting to get all touchy-feely or emotional. You just want to have your money right, and you want to have sex every now and then. Okay? Yeah, so the Prince of Wands showing up here at the center of the Prince of Wands showing up here at the center of the spread. This is someone who is not honest. It's someone who's in and out. And I did say for some of you, this can be you. So, no way to go around it. You may be being this way towards someone else. Like I said, where you just want to be intimate only. That's very often what this is for me, where someone comes and goes as they pleases because they're only interested in sex, not the full package. So, that, and you may feel that way about them. You may feel like you're not the full package. So I'm only interested in just sex. I don't want to build anymore. But I feel like the other person wants to. They see a potential for this to go long term, or to like accumulate money together, to grow together. And I don't feel like you're wanting the same thing. Yeah. You have the Seven of Swords here in the foundation. This does indicate where we're being very strategic, okay? So the way I'm picking this up is I don't feel like it's necessarily deception in this case. I feel like the way you're communicating with someone, you're being very selective with your words. It's like you're calculating everything you say ahead of time. Like I said, some of you're being very careful not to lead someone on because you know they're more interested in you than you are them. But I'm getting like strategic communication, okay? For some of you, someone may be doing this to you, where they're just telling you whatever they think you want to hear, just to draw you in. You have the Emperor showing up here in your thoughts. So this is someone who's very stubborn. It can also indicate, someone who's controlling. I'm getting more like a stubborn, someone doesn't want to hear you out, or you don't want to hear them out. This is like where you're not willing to communicate. So some of you, it's you where, you're not willing to negotiate. You don't want anything more, okay? Again, you're just focused on your money, and you're like, I don't really want to invest any more than that. We can have just friends with benefits only, but I don't want to do any more. So, hence the strategic communication here. Being careful about what you say, when you say it. I also have to say this, for a small percentage of you, this is where someone may already be in a committed relationship, like they're committed, maybe even married. They have like the family, the assets, those types of things. And you might be like secretly communicating with them, right? I'm picking up like where the hours or the time frame of when you can talk to them and when you can't, because obviously you can't talk to them all the time because they're already in a commitment. Okay, that's for some of you. I don't feel like it's for a great deal. With the Five of Pentacles showing up here in the recent past, this indicates worry, concern. Some of you, it's definitely financial. Definitely financial. Things are improving financially, but I feel like you are going through, some financial loss right now. And with both the sevens here, this does indicate that this is some type of karmic lesson. We do have the Wheel of Fortune in the outcome as well. So definitely there's some type of karmic cycle going on here. For those of you where you're involved with someone who's committed, honestly, I feel like that might be part of the bigger lesson here. For some of you. And actually you have 3 sevens. So this is being worried and concerned about your finances, where you're actually in a state of feeling emotional about your money. Like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to make ends meet? How is this going to be possible? Some of you, someone may be controlling you with money. For those of you that are committed, I feel like that's a possibility. Where, someone is being selfish and they're like keeping all the money to themselves, or the bank account is in their name only, something like that. And I feel like you're needing them to give you more and they're not doing it, okay? You'll know if that applies to you or not. With the Seven of Pentacles here, again, this is where something is going down the drain. It is very often financial, like a financial loss. And with it showing up on top of the Devil, I do feel, like I said, those of you where this person is committed, or if you're committed, don't do it. Just don't do it, because it's definitely going to cause disruption in your life, okay? Or in theirs, but I feel more like this is, I feel more like this is you, okay? Some of you, you're struggling with a little bit of self-doubt where you feel like you're failing, okay? You may feel like you're failing with money or with getting a solid, committed relationship. Like with this showing up in your crowning energy, for some of you, you do want to be committed. You do want to be married. You do want, that ideal partner, the assets, the bank account, all of that. Some of you are wanting that, and you feel like, what am I doing to possibly continuously keep getting in these situations where all we talk about is sex, or all that happens is sex? Like it's always, is that all I'm good for? Some of you are feeling that way. So you're changing the way you go about communicating with people. You're like, okay, what do I need to do differently this time? Am I moving too fast? Am I expressing myself too fast? Am I opening up too fast? It's like you're reevaluating the way you communicate in relationships, particularly love relationships. I feel like a lot of you have had a lot of fast-moving, dead-end situations where, you talk, things are going great, then they start going full speed ahead, and you think that, it's going to a stronger level of commitment, and then turns out it's like they just end up using you for intimacy, okay? Some of you feel that way. So you're reevaluating, how do I do it differently this time? I feel like you're telling yourself, I'm not going to do that ever again. From now on, I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to take things so fast. I'm going to get to know them more. I feel like you're not going to communicate as much. Like some of you struggle with opening up too fast. I definitely feel that. Giving away too much information too fast, so then it leaves nothing for them to ponder on. There's a lot of heavy thinking on this. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. So feeling exhausted with commitments, emotional ties. I'm seeing this as emotional ties. So it may be something you're contemplating, but I don't necessarily feel that it's something you're ready for. Like I said, a lot of you don't want any strings attached right now because you're thinking about more emotional investment, I should say, but I don't feel like you're necessarily ready just yet. Some of you may have just went through a separation, a breakup, a divorce, and you may be going through, division of assets. And it's like you just have too much on your mind. There's too much financial worry here for you to even be focused on getting into another love relationship. So, like I said, some of you, you just want intimacy only. This is like being exhausted with family, being overwhelmed with emotions in general. Like where you're seeing emotions as a burden at this time. You have, so this is you. It's showing up in your environment on top of this 7 of Wands. So it's like, this is like feeling defensive over a sexual relationship. Or defending. For some of you, I feel like someone stepped outside of the relationship and it's almost like they're trying to justify themselves in some kind of way. So you'll know if that applies to you or not, but nonetheless, it's again, someone is very infatuated with you. And with it showing up with this 7 of Wands, this is a reoccurring karmic obstacle. So you might be dealing with someone who, just can't keep it in their pants. For some of you, that's what's going on here. It's like someone just can't. You may continuously be attracting someone who, they get an ego boost off of seeing how many people they can sleep with. Where it's like they're trying to conquer, right? So be very careful of encountering that type of individual, because some of you, you're dealing with someone like that, where they just, they conquer and then they're on to the next. With the 3 of Wands showing up here in your outcome, this indicates waiting. where you're in a time period of waiting. So you're waiting on, some of you, you're waiting on money to come in. Others of you, you're waiting on a particular person to come back around. Or you're waiting, you're saying, when is my time going to come again? Where, things work out. I feel like you're wanting someone who has the same goals as you and who has the same discipline. I feel like you're looking for someone who is disciplined, right? Where you can trust them. You know that they're not going to be just swept off their feet at the next, male or female that's attractive that they see, right? That's what I'm getting for some of you. So, it is a time period of waiting. It is a time period of using your intuition. You have the High Priestess showing up here. So this is all about that intuitive knowing, okay? You're trying to, some of you, someone has really hurt you. And, that is why I feel like you're looking at things differently. So you have this Ten of Swords showing up here in your thoughts. And, it's showing up on top of this Emperor with the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, you definitely had a long-term committed relationship with this person, or you shared joint finances. Some of you may have kids with this person. I do feel like a lot of you have went through some type of separation here. Some type of division, and you're trying to, get back focused, or refocused, I should say, and you're trying to move forward. So there's a lot of things that you're trying to figure out. With the Ace of Swords here in the past, this is clarity. So you have two aces now showing up in the past. So some type of information has come to light already. For a lot of you, it makes you very emotional, and it puts you in a place of worry. Someone has stabbed you in the back or betrayed you, and it's made you, I feel like it's made you listen to your intuition a lot more. Like maybe you knew it. Some of you are saying, I knew it. I knew that they were just stringing me along. I knew that they were just playing games. I knew that they were lying, or I knew something wasn't right. That's what I'm picking up here. So as a result, you're seeking out new opportunities. Some of you may be trying like online dating or something like that, and I feel like you're not coming across the opportunities that you want. So there is some disappointment here, and this is something that is very heavy on your mind. It just feels like something took you off guard, and it's rocked you a little bit. So someone was, there's a situation that just didn't work out, and you're in recovery. With the Princess of Cups here, this does indicate, feeling a little bit manipulative, is someone who can be very wishy-washy, and they're very good at embellishing the truth. This is like flip-flopping back and forth, right? Someone who's extremely flaky. And it can be, like I said, someone who's very manipulative. Notice that turtle where it's like it's trying to come out of its shell. So I'm going to say this. I'm getting this half and half. For some of you, going back to that shy person that was like stumbling over their words, trying to express how they feel, for some of you, this is on a positive note, okay? But for others, this is where someone has been playing on your emotions, or someone could feel this way about you. It can go vice versa. But this is like manipulating someone's emotions, saying, oh, we're going to have a family. Oh, we're going to, build. We're going to grow. And with the Five of Swords showing up in the environment, it indicates that no, it's not growing. This indicates feeling defeated, feeling like it's I feel like you think, all we ever end up doing is having sex. Like, it never goes further. So again, you're looking for new opportunities now. I really feel like a lot of you, you're picking up the pieces. You have the Eight of Pentacles showing up in your outcome. Again, this is all about patience. So it's like you're going to have to wait on this time to pass. That, you know, there are some things that happen in life that only time can heal. And I feel like this is one of those things. That's what I'm feeling, you know, waiting, trying to be patient, focusing on your income in the meantime. You know, with the Emperor showing up here in the center, for some of you, you were involved with someone who was committed, okay? Or someone who had a child with someone else. And some of you, you know, you thought that you were going to reach a level of commitment with this person, but you're like, well, we just end up having sex, okay? With the Prince of Swords showing up here in the foundation, this is someone who's entertaining more than one option, okay? And like I said, for some of you, that's you, but I feel like it's as a result of, like there was a particular person that hurt you. So now you're talking to other people. And I do feel like someone is entertaining you. They've captured your interest, so to speak. But I feel like you're thinking about your value. You're thinking, you know, I want either no strings attached or I want commitment all the way. Like there's no in between. You're saying there's no more time to waste. Either it's, you know, friends with benefits with no strings, or commitment. Like that's it, black or white. Because I feel like a lot of you have been in situations where, you know, you were being intimate and you always thought it was leading to more, of course, because you were being intimate. And things may have been like where, you know, you had money together or you lived together or, you know, something where you're teeter-tottering that in-between. And I feel like over time you've got tired of the in-between. It's like you don't want to do that anymore. You're tired of playing the role of the committed person and then waking up without the ring, or waking up, you know what I'm saying, like waking up and you're not committed, but yet you're acting like you are. Like you may cook for someone, clean for someone, do laundry for someone, even possibly help out with their children. It's like you've displayed all the traits and characteristics, you know, to your best ability, but yet you still may not be committed. So that's what's got some of you down and out. But you are going to overcome this. Again, you know, I do feel like you have people that you're communicating with. So that's very positive. And you have the sun showing up here in your thoughts. So I feel like you're just wanting to be happy. You're needing the energy to alleviate and to just, you know, have some fun and not take things so seriously at this time. Because I feel like you're trying to move on and you're not ready to jump into anything new just yet. So it's like, you know, you may be entertaining others, but I don't feel you're ready for serious. Like this is something you're still, again, you're in recovery mode. So you have the Six of Pentacles here showing up in the past. What I'm feeling here is, you know, at one point, like I said, you were seeing where you were going to have success with a particular person, but then some type of clarity came in, and it's like it's reduced to the Five of Pentacles. So honestly, I feel like, you know, you were hoping for more, or you were thinking it was going in a certain direction. A lot of you thought you were getting married. Some of you may have even been engaged, and then something came out. There was some type of truth here that put you in a state of worry, that put you in a state of concern, that made you very emotional, okay? So for some of you, obviously, it was third-party interference. For others, I just feel like you didn't make it to the finish line. So, and a lot of you may be dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. With the Princess of Swords here, this is feeling very combative. Okay, where you're hashing it out with someone. Someone is trying to get down to the truth of a matter here. And, you know, I feel like this is a lot of this. For some of you, someone has like a sexual codependency, whether it be pornography or just continuously stepping outside of the relationship, some type of overindulgence, some type of bad habit. And they may be spending money on this. I definitely see for some of you that it is pornography. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's someone you're involved with. And you know, this is arguing, having it out, where, you know, you have some things to say. You want to get down to the truth. And with this Prince of Swords here, as I said, this is someone who's entertaining other people. So I feel like this is, you know, again, this is something that is playing out right now. And for some of you, you feel blindsided. It's like you didn't see it coming. There's 2 tens here. You know, you thought, you know, we're there. And notice we have the Emperor and the Empress. So some of you definitely, you were committed or married or engaged, or you thought you were going to be. It's like, I envisioned the home, the bank account, you know, that picture perfect. And instead, I just ended up getting hurt and having my finances, you know, all tore up. Like, some of you, it's definitely where you had money together and now you're dividing it. At one point, there was success here, but I feel like something has happened now that it's like it's too much for you to forgive. Or they're not willing to change. I feel like it's a deal breaker. It's like something you don't want to work on. You just want to be happy. I feel like you don't want to deal with this heavy energy. It's like it's taking away your peace of mind, because it's all you can think about nonstop. And for some of you, there's a reoccurring argument over this, where you're arguing over and over and over, time and time again. So because of that, you're like, you know, I just want to be free. I feel like that's what a lot of you are saying, is where you're like, God, I just want to be free. I don't want to deal with any more emotional upheaval. You have the 7 of Cups showing up here in your environment. So again, emotions being very up and down. All these 7s. You have all 4 7s here. So this is definitely about karmic cycles, repetitive patterns. And you may be involved with someone where this is just something that they have to learn. You know, it's like something is holding them back. For a small percentage of you, it's a bad habit, you know, like toxicity. But I just feel like at this point, they've become toxic to you. You know, you can't stay in a state where your emotions are up and down and all over the place. And if you're dealing with for some of you, this person has mood swings. I definitely picked that up. And this 5 of Swords is all about boundaries. So I feel as though someone does not know. It's like they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to stop pushing you. And, you know, they may be trying to play the victim and saying, you know, oh, I'm so hurt, or I feel like someone is spinning something around on you. Especially like if they got caught cheating, if they got caught stepping out, I feel like they're saying, well, I was going through this and this and this, and I was having a really hard time, and, you know, I just feel like you don't want to hear it. With the 6 of Wands here and the outcome, this does indicate victory, okay? So, although it's a lot right now, what I'm feeling here is, you know, in time, you will have victory over this situation. Yes, you're going to have to be patient. Yes, this indicates waiting. For some of you, this could be a time period of 3 to 8 weeks or 3 to 8 months. I picked that up here. I feel as though it's like, you know, time has to heal certain wounds. That's just how we operate as humans. But I do feel you are going to get past this, okay? It's just going to require patience. It's going to require strength. And I did say from the very beginning that a lot of you were trying to resolve something. So that's what I'm picking up here. So, you know, you're trying to find the truth. And I feel like you might be dealing with someone who plays the victim, but I'm also getting like mood swing. This would be a toxic person someone who is toxic, you know, to you. They're not good for you. They're not healthy for you. I feel like with this world here, it's like they're always pulling the rug out from under you. Just when you think things are stable. Just when you think, you know, you're almost there. It's like something happens and, you know, I feel like someone's mask has come off. And then I feel like they're on their good behavior for a little bit longer, and then something happens again. Like they just keep slipping up and slipping up and slipping up. And you know that you're more valuable than that. Yeah. 8 of Swords. So this is interference. Very often it indicates third-party situations. Okay. So this is what you're arguing over. You know, the devil, like I said, it can be sexual. It's like where someone's mind is always on. I feel like they have a wandering eye. And you're tired of it. It's caused a lot of interference in your life. For some of you, this person's, their state of mind, like they're very argumentative, they're very combative, and they're turning it around on you, and you're like, you know what, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of whatever you're going through, you're taking it out on me. So someone is taking something out on you. And they may be having mood swings because of something that they're doing. You know, like overindulgence, drinking, substance abuse. I feel like there's something that they're doing that is affecting their moods, and they're taking it out on you. And I feel like now it's affecting you too much, where you don't even want to argue about it anymore. Sorry about the noise. So we have you showing up here, or another fire sign like yourself, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Of course, for the majority of you, this is you. Showing up as the Queen, this is where, you know, you're feeling pretty fierce. You're feeling like you're going to have a backbone, and I feel like you're not backing down, right? So I'm seeing this as like where someone is coming at you, like they're directing their anger at you, they're taking their frustration out on you. And I feel like with this Queen of Wands here, some of you, you're just going to walk away, and you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm over this. This can be someone who burns bridges, so to speak. But nonetheless, it's where you're very determined. And it's like I'm trying to think of how to verbalize this. I see this as someone who is a leader. I feel like there's something that you're speaking out. Like you're not going to allow yourself to be bullied or talked to that way. Some of you are saying, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. No, you're not going to treat me like that. So I really feel like you are definitely standing up for yourself. With adjustment here, for some of you, you may be filing some type of legal paperwork. It could be a restraining order, order of protection, you know, child custody, something like that. Some of you definitely are filing paperwork against someone. I feel like you want them out of your life. You don't want to deal with it anymore. You want them gone. An adjustment, you know, it's also about making changes. I feel like you've told them long enough. You've told them, you've made it very clear in the past, you've made it very clear of what changes you needed them to make, okay, or of what your expectations were. I feel like you've given them every chance. You've given them the benefit of the doubt. You've given them the chance to redeem themselves, and you're not going to let them keep you standing on your toes like that. Like you're not going to let them dangle you like that anymore. So I really feel like you're putting your foot down, and you're pretty stern about it. It's all about you making changes, you finding what makes you happy. I feel like a lot of you need that breath of fresh air. It's like you're needing a less heavy energy. So, going out with friends, socializing, connecting with family, meeting new people. I feel like you need new people in your life. Someone here is very toxic, and I feel that, you're telling them off. And I feel like you're saying, I'm done with this. And it's like you're trying to bring in new people. So, of course, it's going to take a little bit of time. But I do feel that you're just, you're writing this person off. You're saying, you know what, if you want to be, you're just going to end up bitter and miserable. And I don't want to be a part of it. You can deal with your own up and down. Like, I'm picking up where they have, like, up and down emotions. And it makes them defensive. And you're like, I've tried. I've tried everything with you. And I just can't do it anymore. And I don't feel like you feel bad about it. At one point, you may have felt obligated. But you don't feel that way anymore. Because you have given them every opportunity. So you're ushering in new people. And again, going back to that strategic communication, you're doing things differently. And I feel like it's going to result in a much better outcome. Some of you, the month of August, and I know that's pretty far out, but the month of August may be relevant in some way. I feel like I was saying from the beginning, there's something about from the mid-month of April to the mid-month of June. I feel like you're trying to get a resolution here. But I do feel with the Six of Wands, I feel like by the month of June, I would say no later than the second or third week of June. And that's at a stretch. I would say that everything's going to be resolved at least by then. Okay? Because again, with this wheel here, I really feel like this is about time moving forward, letting time heal wounds, focusing on your finances, and you're trying to separate yourself from this toxic person. It's like they've done nothing but drain you. So things are going to work out for you, Leos. It's a time you're going to have to push. You're going to have to push through it. But you're going to, okay? It does look like, you guys need a bit of a break. And I also feel like you need a listening ear. So you may be relying heavily on family and friends. And, for some of you, you just need someone new to talk to. Okay, you guys, I hope that this was beneficial. And I will see you in the month of May.